like, who is that girl in Congress? The Somalian girl in Congress, huh? Ilhan Omar, talking about, I'm not even going to put the sound on because, yeah. Talking about Charlie Kirk's legacy should be thrown in the dustbin of history. Huh? This is crazy madness, because the freedom, the concept of freedom, the freedom idea and ideal that he had on this t-shirt is what actually makes, to me, I wrote about America, my views on America as well. This is actually what makes America great. The idea that anybody and everybody can come to America and live in freedom and succeed. And this concept, she's actually benefiting from it, because if she was living in her own country of Somalia, where is Islam, they wouldn't even allow her to show her hair, to be free and covered. As you know, some people may know that the veil actually symbolizes slavery versus freedom. Huh? So everything that she has achieved in America is because of this great country that is going to give you the freedom to do whatever you want and become whatever you want. Things that she would never achieve if she was living in that society where they still don't give freedom to their people, where their people still have to become refugee, such as the country that I also came from, which is the Kagamistan in Rwanda. I have freedom because I'm living in Canada, enjoying the Canadian freedom, the American freedom. So how are you going to be living in other people's country, enjoying the society that they have actually built, which gives you the freedom to become then whatever it is that you have become, and then you're like, that stuff should be thrown into the dustbin. So if we're going to throw into the dustbin even the concept of freedom, where would she be, man? Where would she be? Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. If anybody want to prove me wrong, you're welcome to prove me wrong. Charlie Kirk was a great guy who preached, who was even trying to imitate the Christ concept, you know, the Christ idea. And it's a great example, because the Christ concept actually, unlike in Islam, where you would even get killed for not being part of them, or if you leave their religion, they may even give themselves the permission to kill you. I have the book of Ayan HIRSI, you know the one of the best Somalians out there, who is not out here spitting on the idea of freedom and spitting on the society that welcomed her in. She speaks about infidel, how in Somalia, even in Saudi Arabia, she also lived in Saudi Arabia, where they actually still see black people as slaves, where the mistreatment of black people in the Arab world, which practices Islam, which is this what this lady is into, and what Ayan Hirsi was born into. There is no freedom. There's no freedom, especially not for women. So to the man who was giving you freedom, and the man who wanted to debate in peace, which is the whole idea and the ideal of the Christ, is this idea of someone who actually convinces you in peace, without going to war, without conquering you through the jihad or whatever. As you know, the prophet of the Islam was actually fighting many wars, having wives and even marrying some underage girl. So The concept of Christ is the idea of a man who is conquering in peace through ideas, through love, through the truth, and you wanna put that in the dustbin to replace it with what? People are crazy, man. They can't even be grateful for what they have and what they have received, so I'm asking people to be a little bit grateful, especially us. We have come as here in these societies, USA, Canada, Europe, as refugees coming from all these crazy countries that where people have no freedom, no peace, no truth. You die, you go to jail, or you become a refugee, you live in exile, and then while you're in exile, you get to benefit from all this freedom. And this is actually the point where I say that Charlie loved black people, because he would be telling you that, yo, you can do anything, you can accomplish anything. Don't let the past, the experience, and all the bad things that have actually happened to you, don't let that hold you back. Because today in this country, you have freedom and everybody is equal, and you can pursue whatever you want to pursue. You can become unstoppable because at least at the foundational level, you have this freedom. And I thought that was love, instead of the people who are going to be telling you, oh, you have suffered, you are victims, always be looking at those people who have made you suffer, so your energy is stuck because the creative energy, for you, in order to be able to create the future that you want, or a different present, you have to be in peace, you have to be in love, you have to envision your best future, the future you want to create. So if you are not into that mood, because of people who are telling you you have suffered so much, and then you always see yourself as the victim, you don't see yourself as someone who can achieve, then how is that any good for you? People who are telling you that are not actually loving you. They don't love you because they want you to be crying and suffering and always looking at the things that you have failed at, or the things that have killed you, enslaved you, colonized you, when you could be looking at, yo, man, despite all those things that have happened, despite the fact that I am a refugee, I came from a war-torn country, massacres, genocide, despite that my people are even more racist than the people that are found in Canada and the USA, because they be having civil wars, the Hutus and the Tutsis, they can't stand each other. I'm so happy I'm so far away from them. I get to live in peace. I appreciate the society that is giving me all the freedom to do whatever I want to do, like have my own show. I had my show on television here in Canada, and I have my freedom of speech. I have my podcast. People have actually been killed in Rwanda and been imprisoned simply for having a podcast where they express their ideas. And then people are going to be here, oh, someone who was willing to debate anybody who opposed them in peace, in joy. He'd be like, yo, you disagree with me? Step forward. The person who disagrees with me is the person that I want to debate. That kind of stuff, you will never see that kind of stuff so far happen where that lady comes from in Somalia, or other Islamic countries. Like, how many of them do you see? Oh, you disagree with my way of life, my religion, my way of seeing things, even though it's the religion of peace. Where is the debate on Islam and its principles? Huh? Have you ever seen any of them set up a desk and tell you, okay, if you disagree with me, or if you want to debate me, step forward, debate me, disagree with me? No. This is the freedom that you get in America, in democratic countries. And it just so happens that some of these democratic countries that we run to actually happen to be Christian. Oh, I wonder if it's a coincidence. or if it's part of why they actually succeed, because they have a different way of seeing life and understanding life, and that way actually gives them this idea of freedom and truth and justice for all and all these things. And this is why they are able to build this society, and this is why we run to their society. Now, how are black people, for example, if she was to run to be a refugee in Saudi Arabia, the heart of her religion? What happened when Ayan HIRSI went to live in Saudi Arabia? My people, read her book. The discrimination against black people, it continues. They still get called slaves. Surely, Black America, as much as you have suffered, you can understand that uh, slavery towards Black people, towards Africans, actually even started with Islam and with the Arabs. And until today, you cannot show me successful Black people in that side of the world. Black people are still so oppressed, you know. So if you're going to be a victim and see only the bad stuff that happened in America, what about the other enslavers who even started slavery before the Europeans started slavery in Africa? But then the European and the Americans ended up abandoning slavery, and now it's free for everybody. But these other places where they even started slavery, they're still into it. Did you see what happened in Libya when, of course, America bombed them? But then what happened? The reaction. They went back into slavery. They went back into oppressing and mistreating, first and foremost, the black people. So Charlie Kirk was always telling America and Black America to see the opportunities, see what you can do, you know, and do it, because now you have the freedom, the law protects you, and you have obviously suffered and went through all that, but you have also made so much advancement. See see the benefits of where you are and how much you have advanced, and then continue to be magnificent, my people. And remember that you come from people who built civilizations. So if you see yourself as victims, as people who, and this is also for Africans, as people who have been enslaved and colonized, we can't advance. But if we see ourselves as people who have only been delayed, by challenges and obstacles, but all these challenges and obstacles are here to actually show that we can even survive all that and still accomplish so much and rebuild and build even bigger than ever. And this is why I say that Charlie Kirk loved black people, because he would tell us, don't be in that victim mode, man. See yourself as equal than everybody else and just do what you need to do. Succeed, go forward. Nothing is stopping you. How is that not love, man? All right, my people. That's all I'm going to say on the topic. Thank you very much for being here. I'm going to move into French and speak about Paul Biya's daughter.